Today is Thursday, November 14th, 2024, and it's only 9 days before the art auction at the church. And I wanted to bring them 200 greeting cards that I painted, plus the large 36-inch by 48-inch canvas of Jesus that I painted with oil paints. So I needed 3 more paintings. So I've got 1 more to go because I did 198 and 199 this morning. So there's 198, simple snowy landscape, and there's 199, a scene not so foreign to me because it's easily could be here in Florida someplace, but I didn't record myself painting them. I just painted them with the camera off. But now I'm going to paint card number 200. And usually when I start these videos, I have the card already done. But in this case, I don't have it done. So I'm going to do the same thing I always do. Hopefully I find something to talk about. All right, let's put the camera down. And let's begin the process of painting. All right, I kind of want just a summer scene on this one. I know the feeling is that these are winter cards, but they're not really. They're really cards, period. The thing is, I started doing these cards with no intent for anything in particular. I was giving them away. I don't know if you followed me back then, you know that's what I was doing. I was just giving them away to people. And then when I found out about the art auction, I decided to give the cards to the church for the art auction. And in the beginning, I didn't know what the art auction was for. I thought it was for people in need, which it is, but it's specifically for children, or youth, I should say, teenagers, I think, going to New Orleans, sorry. I always say that name wrong. Well, for, my whole life I said New Orleans, and then all of a sudden I was told I was saying it wrong. But anyway, yeah, they're going there, and the kids. The church is also a school, by the way. So there's a lot of students there, and it's a nice thing for them to do, and it's a big deal, I guess. So, and don't get me wrong, the church raises money for a lot of needy people. We have a gas card ministry, and we have and I'm not intimately involved with any of that stuff. I'm just me. I just go to church and listen to what the messages of the day, and it's kind of the way I am. So, all right, let's get some yellow on here. So how you guys doing? This is card number 200, and I'll tell you the truth, I'm kind of glad that I'm almost done with it, because it's been weighing on me, to try to get these done by the 23rd. All right, now what? Now that I got the yellow on there, now what do I do? I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. All right, so let me put some green. Get some green in here. Some green here. Just a landscape, a bright green landscape, I think, with a little pond right here. When I was younger, I used to go to my grandfather's property. My grandfather had several pieces of property, and here in Florida, and one of them had a little pond on it. I never went swimming in that pond because Oh, maybe I did. You know what? I think maybe I did actually go swimming in it. I'm trying to think. But anyway, I'm kind of drawing from that experience, that whole thing. All right, I have my pencil here because I wanted to put a house in here. I'm gonna sketch it real quickly. I probably should have done that first. Just a little cabin. My grandfather had moved to Florida from Connecticut. Well, my grandparents, both of them, not just my grandfather. But they moved from Connecticut to Florida, and my family lived in New York, which is where I lived, of course. And I would come down in the summer for a couple of weeks. It was kind of like, visiting with my grandparents. I guess it did two things probably. Of course, when you're a kid, you don't think of these things, but it probably gave my grandparents an opportunity to spend time with the grandkids, because that wasn't me alone. I would come with one of my brothers. And so it gave them an opportunity to spend time with the grandkids, and it gave my parents a little break, probably. I guess. I don't know. But those are fond memories for me. And I think about them a lot. You never know what you do for the kids, what's going to be in their memory, So do as much as you can, I guess. I guess that's the message. Do as much as you can. There's a little house. It's no big deal. Put some bushes in the front there. Yeah, it's the only thing I'm really going to sketch in, I think. Just that little house. All right. That's the house. Ooh, the camera got crooked. There we go. All right, now let's paint the house a little bit, I guess put some color on the house. Get some color on there. Sorry, I'm not talking. Anyway, card number 200. Yeah, I got a little bit of, I guess I've been hyping it a lot because I want people to show up for the auction. Do you know what's weird? Or whatever. It's, in our town they have an event of the same night as the auction. It's called Light Up Ocala, and that's the night that they celebrate the beginning of the winter, the Christmas season. And they turn on all the lights downtown, the Christmas lights, and it's a big deal. They have bands playing music and lots of vendors selling food. Way too expensive food, by the way. But it's a big deal, and it's usually super, super, super crowded. And I'm hoping that it doesn't take away from what the church is trying to do. I don't know if they thought about it when they set this date aside, but it is what it is, as they say. I know some people don't like that expression, but it is what it is. That's for sure. And so it'll be the 23rd, and hopefully I'll help raise money with the paintings. I hope it's clear that I'm not the only one offering paintings. There are other artists, including Robin. Robin also has some art that she's going to be donating. I come from the world of radio, and we know the big deal with radio is you're promoting something all the time. So maybe that's where I got it from. Just to promote. Yep. Make a big deal out of something. Create a buzz. Create some kind of a buzz. Just trying to create a little bit of a blue. Whoops. A little bit of a blue tint to the roof. There we go. Today is my friend's birthday. My friend in New York. When I was a kid, he was my friend from 2 houses down. And he was always the one with the common sense. He was the guy who had common sense. I was probably more of a dreamer. And I'm not saying that with pride. No, I was foolish in so many ways. You know, that's just the way I was. What are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? You can't turn back time. But I always pray to God. I say, look, if there is such thing as reincarnation, please, 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 don't let me have to learn the same things over again. I'm not talking about language or math. I guess all those things have to be learned again. But I mean, just wisdom things. I don't want to have to learn them again. All the stupid mistakes I made in my lifetime. If I do have a reincarnated existence, I want to be wise to the point where I don't make those same stupid mistakes. And I did have my share of stupid mistakes. Stupid mistakes. Oh, you know what I've been watching lately? I've been watching The Voice. Do you like that show? Have you ever seen that show? I kind of like it. It's fun. Snoop Dogg is fun. Oh my gosh, he's a fun character. I feel for him too. I feel like he's probably had his share of bumps too in his life, and he's probably very good at hiding it. You know, he just seems like a nice guy. I don't know him at all. I mean, I know I don't know him, but I know him on TV. And Reba McEntire's on there, and she just seems like a joy. And who else is on there? Gwen Stefani. Do you know Gwen Stefani? She's from that group, I think. Am I right? She's No Doubt. Is that the group she was with? And the other guy is Michael Bublé, and he's awesome. I've always liked his music, his singing, but I never really knew him. And watching the show, you sort of get to know him a little bit. So he's fun also. Seems like he's got his ducks in a row. He's probably had his share of bumps and grinds too. Maybe we all have, huh? We all have our share of bumps and grinds. Just working this house in here a little bit. There we go. Here's our house. The house is built. Now I got to put all this stuff around it. That line of the house very, very defined right there. It sort of reminds me of a project I had for a Christian camp. Came to Robin and me and asked us if we could do some artwork to illustrate like the artist's vision of what the camp would look like, because they didn't have anything built at all. All they had was plans, and so I worked some things up for them. And then I had something to show. I don't know if it was for investors or what it was for, but yeah, that was purely a business assignment. Yeah, that wasn't just something I did for the fun, but that was business as usual. I think that roof needs to be lighter. I think I made it too dark. Yeah, so my intent is to get this done and then bring it over to the church today. That ought to be something, huh? And then it's out of my hands, and then I'll start a new project. I think the new project is going to be plein air. I keep thinking I want to do that. I'm so sedentary sitting here doing these cards every day. I think it's taking a toll on me physically. So I'm not complaining, I'm just acknowledging that I need to do something physical. And taking a walk just to go plein air painting is not easy. I've done it before. I gotta get a little bit of white onto that roof. That roof is I use a little bit of gouache. That roof needs to be lighter than that. So let me get a little bit of white on there. Mix it in with some blue. Very light blue. Now, I don't want it to look like snow, I just want it to look like it's in the shadows, but whoops. And let's redefine that line right there. There, I think that looks better. Okay, just keep working this area here. Okay. I'm basically just doing like grass and that building right there, and then this pond in the foreground. I'd like the 200th picture to be a little bit special, I guess. Try to get some of this dark green over here. There we go. Now, so that's whole grass there. Get some of this dark blue here. Okay, let's get this more defined over here now. Yellow. Yellow is a good color when it comes to landscaping. Yes, it is. And so with white. brush. Alright, just a little bit of color, I think. A little bit of color. You mix some white into it. It's a little bit too dark. A little bit of a violet color. A little bit more violet. Little tiny flowers. Okay, the only thing I'm thinking now is a little bit more depth here at the bottom of these. On the other side of the water, a little bit more darkness. Alright, I think I'm done. I'm going to spread the colors on the back of the card now. And then let it dry. And let's see what happens. We'll see what happens. Alright, let me let it dry and I'll be right back. Okay. Let's fold it. And now we have our 200th card for the art auction. Okay, now I have to package them up and bring them. But I won't do that on the camera. Alright, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your kind comments. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.